Well, my dear children, time and again we are paying emphasis on your self studies. Why? Because you see, during the pandemic, we were not able to conduct any single class. In spite of that, the school has made a beautiful arrangements for doubt classes as well. But we feel very sorry that only a few students have turned up, though teachers are regularly coming, and you could see that we are attending our classes from our school classrooms. So that is why I am paying emphasis on the importance of your self study. Because you see, the number of students are not as much as they should be in the online classes. I don't know the reason. There may be many reasons. But you see, all these reasons are what? It is, you see, your mind. Your mind is the best artist. And he can paint the way the man is a bad artist. And his mind is works as one of the best artists who can paint whatever he wish. So if your mind is working properly, if you are thinking in a positive way, I have already told you that your mind is the best artist. How you deal with it depends upon your thought. It depends upon the way you imagine, the way you think. You become what you think about. So let us see that what is the theme of the poem on killing the tree. So first of all, theme. Let us see the theme. Theme of the poem. What is the theme of the poem? The poet is considering what here the poet was in opinion. Yeah, the poet is in opinion that trees are like a living thing, like a living thing. So here the tree is being personified. I have yesterday told you that the tree is being personified. He considered the tree as a living organism. So it has, according to the poet, it has a right to live as the trees are like a living thing, so it has right to live on the earth like us. The poet considered tree as a living organism. So he advocates that if a tree is a living organism or like a living thing, so like us, like the human being, tree has also right to live and survive. Right to live and survive. But the man, but who is disturbing? Who is disturbing? Who is not giving the right? We, the human being, is not giving right. To whom? The tree. Man is so selfish that in the name of infrastructure, in the name of development, in fact, we have overburdened our planet. We have overburdened our Mother Earth. The burden, think of the burden, the infrastructure, the building, the road, and the motor vehicles, the lorries, the motorcycles, all are overburdening the earth. If in compare of trees and flora and fauna, the burden is high. Earth, its own burden is not as much as the burden that we have created. Man has created so many burdens. They have made the earth overburdened. So how to shed it? It is high time that we should shed the overburden of the earth. Perhaps you don't know the way we are using plastic. It is more than the weight of all the human being that is walking on the earth. But we cannot see those burdens, the plastic that we are throwing, and the weight, how much weight, if it is piled, how much a weight it is. You will be surprised to know it is more than the people, more than the world population. So the garbage, gone are the days when we are measured in gold. Now we are measured in what? The rag or the thing that we produce. The garbage that we are producing. So here the poet is making human. What he is pointing out? The poet is pointing out that we, the human being, have turned ourselves into a selfish giant. Mind it, I am calling human being selfish giant. We are such a selfish giant that for our free of will went on, we are responsible for, here you see, man is largely responsible. Let's stop. Man is largely responsible for the wanton killing of what? Flora and fauna. In fact, the we have cultured, CLUTTE. We have cultured. We have created a crowd. Cultured is a what? Crowd. Confusion. People have cultured the world. We have cultured the world. We have burdened the world. We have crowded the environment by adding number of buildings, number of vehicles, and so on. So, it is high time that decultured, we need to decultured, we need to less the burden, shed the burden. So here the poet is talking about that man is killing the tree without any aim and objective. We are mercilessly, thoughtlessly, unsympathetically, brutally killing the tree. The poet indirectly gives us a strong idea. He wants to suggest us that the trees are our lifeline. How trees are our lifeline? The trees are our lifeline. It is our life force because tree is the only natural source of an oxygen. Remember, my dear children, if there will be no tree, there will be no life. Why? Have you ever thought about why life has flourished on the earth? There are so many planets that scientists are trying to find possibility of life. The planet Mars have, but you see, there is not conducive environment. If there is a water, the most important thing is water. Then the trees. These two things can substitute, can make the world. So here, the message is very clear. The poet wants to convey the message that trees are our lifeline. So, before cutting it down, before killing it down, before hacking, chopping, and uprooting any tree, we should think thrice. But the poet, so we should not kill the tree. If trees are our lifeline, what is the message? That trees are our lifeline. Trees are our lifeline. It is our lifeline. So we should not. So we should protect. We should protect the trees. So message, as trees are our lifeline, so we should protect them. The poet further instructs us how a tree is being killed. But actually he means to oppose it. In the poem, what are the way he instructed? If you want to kill a tree, rope it down, pull it down from its roots and branch. In fact, these are oxymoron. The idea is opposite. He wants to instruct us, but the meaning is opposite. It implies that a person shall be murdered. It implies that a person shall be murdered if he kill this way. If you will kill the tree in this way, in fact you are murdering yourself. We are killing ourselves, we are not killing tree. If you are killing any tree, in fact, indirectly, we are putting an end to our lifeline. But if you are uprooting or pulling out a tree with its roots and branch, it means, what does it mean? It means that we are putting an end to our lifeline. And if our lifeline came to a halt, then it is a murder of a man. So this is what the message, that murdering, he he said that the knife will not harm the tree. At least the poet conveys that the tree is the, if the
गाना
tree,
बजा रखो।
please stop. So here the message very clear, the tree is to be killed. It is, if we are killing a tree, it means we are putting an end to our lifeline. So, that the poet taunted the people for creating the tree. In fact, poet is criticizing, he is lambasting, he is taunting that, oh dear, how you could forget that tree is a lifeline. If you are killing a tree, it means you are murdering yourself. You are putting an end to your lifeline because you are dependent on the tree. So, the message of the third, that trees are something pious, they are generous. Like human being, they too have life and they too feel pain. The line bleeding bark, they too feel the pain like us. Because here the poet in the poem on killing the tree is being personified. He feels tree as a living thing, living thing, living things. So they are premium and they are not to cut. Here the poet wants to convey the message that the tree is deep rooted in our life. Here the deep rooted, the earth, here not the earth is the symbolic. Here the deep rooted is hitting upon that how deeply it is important, it is valuable, and it has a worth in our life. So he compared it with the evils which is he thinks are deep rooted. The evils, our evil, it is human being evils that is deep rooted and cannot be removed easily. Here, through the tree, the poet wants to convey the idea that, oh dear, you are like that tree whose evil is deep rooted. We are like those trees that has grown with the passage of time, and you have been taught to wound. Your desire, your hate, your jealousy, your all evils are such deep rooted that first of all, before killing a tree, we should get rid of our evil. Kill your evil. Here, the tree, it is only not tree to be uprooted. Indirectly, the poet wants to convey, he wants to convey that the tree is a deep rooted and cannot be removed easily. So here he compares it with the evils which he thinks are deep rooted in us, in the human being. So Let us see what he says. Come to the value points, the main points of the poem. So, in the poem, the poet has used so many literary devices, personifications. The tree is being, the poet has portrayed the tree as a human being. Examples are bleeding bark, the wounded bark, and use of metaphor, use of simile, use of repetitions are here. So come to the stanza wise questions answers that I want to express now. What is this? The very thing, can a simple job of a knife kill tree? The poet says, what he says? That not a simple jab of the knife, it takes much time to kill a tree. Who is the speaker? The poet. And not a simple job of a knife. Here the question, who is the poet? The poet is the Gavi Patel. What is the name of the poem? On Killing the Tree. And then it is done. What is done? What is done over here? The killing of the tree is being done. And that is done. What is done? Look at the line. And that is done. And that is done. What is the last line? And that is done. Twisting, withering, then it is done. Then it is done means what? Then it is completely killed. Then it is done. Then it is done. What does it mean? What is it? The tree. The tree. What is done? Then it is done means what? What is done? The killing of the tree is done. What is done? The killing of the tree. The killing. What is done over here? What is done? So the killing of the tree is done. The killing of a tree is done. So what is done over here? Killing of a tree is done. What happened? What happened to after it is pulled out? When the tree is pulled out, it is scorched, is choked. When it is pulled out and kept on the earth, what happened? That scorched and choked out the sun and air. When the main sources are choked out, now the tree that is uprooted, it becomes lifeless. With the passage of time, lying under the earth, under the hot sun, with the passage of time, it's dried up. So it is the air and the sun is choked down, because you see it is getting its life source from the earth by absorbing water, air and sunlight. You have read, by absorbing air, sunlight and so many. So this is so after getting exposed, the tree gets faded, hardened, twisted and dried up completely. So it is the complete killing of a tree. It is a complete killing of a tree. So, question is that what finally kills the tree? What finally? What finally kills the tree? Please see the question. What finally kills the tree? What finally kills a tree? Well, my dear children, pulling out the tree from the mother earth in the last stanza, and that is done. And that is done. Then the matter of a scorching, choky, the sun and air, browsing, hardening, twisting, withering. Before this line, what he said? Upon the cusp years of sunlight and water. So how it is being killed? Here, what finally kills a tree? When the tree is completely eradicated, uprooted from the mother earth. The source of the water, air and sun is choked. Now the tree is not getting, it is not getting. So the source of the earth is choked, seized, the sun, the air and the water. So with the passage of time, it becomes brown, dry and get hard. Eventually, the tree is dead. Eventually, the tree is dead. So what are the two important stages of killing the tree? The two important stage here, the two important, what the poet is asking, what are the two important stages of killing? Here in the poem, the two stages of killing. Two important a stage of killing a tree. Killing a tree. Two stages of killing a tree. The very first of thing is what? There are two stages of killing. First, the tree should be pulled out internally. What is the first stage? First stage, the tree should be pulled out entirely. The very first step, that the tree should be pulled out entirely. The next thing, its roots are, then once it is pulled out, the root of the tree is exposed. If the tree is pulled out, what will happen? The root of the tree, which is the resource, which is the rich source of its life. From the root, it is getting its life force. So, once it is pulled out, once the tree is pulled out, its roots is exposed. Its roots is exposed. And exposed to what? To sun and air. Secondly, the roots are to be, when it is exposed under the scorching heat of the sun, it gets dry. Look at the scorching and choking the sun. Browning, it gets brown. Hardening, how it gets hard? As it's dried up, so it becomes hard. Twisting, how the withering, then twisting, withering, and then it is done. And then it is done, then finally the tree is died. So here the two stages. First of all, the tree is uprooted entirely. The root is exposed. When the root is exposed, what happened? it gets dried up, it is not getting the sun under the scorching sun, withering, it get withered, it get choked, it get hard, and finally it died. So these are the stage of the earth. So here, dear children, the poet hits upon a very fact of the life that trees are our lifeline. We do admit it because trees have a great importance in our life. They teaches us that life is made of others. They bear fruits for others, provide shelters to the others. A tree, if see the characteristic of a tree, the tree gives us shade, it gives us fruit. So, what a great lesson! What a great lesson we can take from the tree. If we could, can we provide shelter too? There is a great lesson for us. And in the form of the tree, God is sending us a message that all creatures are equal in the eyes of the God. Beside trees are taken several years to become fully grown up. When they are full grown, they enhance the beauty of the nature. But we are recklessly cutting down trees for the name of development, for the name of buildings, for the name of architectures. In fact, we are what? We are culturing. We are culturing the earth. We are making crown a heavy burden. The earth is turned. The mother earth is turned up into a heavy burden. Heavy burden. So here the burden, we have created a great burden on the planet Earth. We have cultured, we have made the world cultured place, crowded. Crowd of what? Hoardings, crowd of buildings, crowd of vehicles, crowd of people, crowd of garbages, you see. So think, crowd of the trash, the garbage, the unused things. But we have not stopped. So it is high time that we should stop. We should stop creating a crowd. It is high time to deculture. To deculture. To deculture. D-E-C-L-U, declutter. Declutter. Unburden. Unburden. Unburdened. Unburdened. Unburden the earth. Make the planet earth alight. Lose some weight. We should try to lose some weight of planet earth. But we are selfish and we are looking only for what? For our own growth. I have already told you that 40% of the world population a day will be compelled to migrate their homeland. due to the environmental disturbance. You will remember my point that once my teacher has said this thing, because I know the way we are misusing the resource, the way we are making the world burdened with so many loads, suddenly the earth know how to make its balance. There will be a population explosion. If the earth will be overburdened with overpopulation, what will happen? There will be so many natural disasters, and the earth knows how to maintain a balance. When the earth will be overburdened, there will be earthquake, there will be tsunami, there will be so many natural disasters that will make the world flat. And you see, the pandemic is also one of the natural disasters to making the balance. The nature knows it very well how to make the balance. Before you became, dear children, it's a warning sign for you people that before you become a victim of time, unburden yourself. Unburden the earth, deculture the planet Earth, otherwise the earth will consume you. You will be forced to migrate your motherland, your homelands. 40%. Remember, not a symbol. The way glacier is melting, it is predicted that the entire Mumbai will sink into the sea. See, all the sea beach, the Puri, they will sink. The entire city, Bhubaneswar, will sink because the sea level will rise and many culture will sink. So this is what is going to happen. Remember the natural disaster that has taken place in the Kedarnath. It was a result of a man's disaster, and we have created it. Thank you. Have a nice day.